Hey guys, this is Virginia, the teen tech over at Fairwood Library, and today I'm going to be showing you how to make a Pom Pom Cactus, complete with cactus flower. So if you'd like to learn how to make this, keep watching, and this is going to be a grab and go that's going to go out on July 14th at Fairwood. So stop by and pick up a kit to make this while supplies last. So what you should have received in your kit are 2 different yarn colors. You're gonna get a lot of green and then a little bit of pink, and you should have 2 shorter pieces of each color. I'll explain what those are for later on in the video. You'll get a terracotta pot, some Q-tips, a container of glue. Now you will not have scissors in your kit, but you will need those later on for the craft. The first step to making your Pom Pom Cactus is to take your bundle of green yarn and you're going to start wrapping that around your hand until you run out of yarn. So when you're done, your hand will probably look something like this. So now we're going to slide our yarn off our hand. And this is where your little short piece of yarn comes in. So you're going to take your short piece of yarn and you're going to wrap it around your bundle. And then you're going to tie it in the middle with a knot. You're going to pull it really, really tight. Just like that. And actually I recommend tying 2 knots just to make sure that it stays. Once you tie your knot around the middle, it should look something like this. Now you're going to take your scissors and see these long pieces? We can cut those. So I would say just like that. And the next thing we're going to cut is, you see how by tying in the middle, we've made sort of like 2 loops. So you are going to put your scissors in the loop and you're going to cut. The first one like that. And then you'll do the same thing to the other side. Just put your scissors right in the middle of that loop. And you just cut your yarn in half. And now you've got the beginnings of a pom-pom. So now that you have the first part of your cactus, you might notice that it's looking a little shaggy and uneven, which if you want to keep it that way, it's totally fine. But I think I am going to trim it a little bit where I think it's needed, just to kind of get everything to be a little more even and uniform. Now be careful if you're going to trim though, because you don't want to trim it too short, because if you do, you might make it a little too small, and then it will just fall to the bottom of the pot instead of sitting nicely on top. But trim a little bit if you'd like, or leave it as is if you'd like to do that. Hey guys, it's Virginia. If you're wondering why I'm wearing a different outfit, it's because I forgot to film a step in this video. So this is me 2 days later. But anyway, okay, so after you trim your pom-pom how you want it, you're gonna have that right there. The next step is to glue your pom-pom to your little terracotta pot. So that's where your glue and your Q-tip is gonna come in. So you're just gonna take some glue and you're going to put it around the inside of your pot, just around the rim. And really goop on that glue because you want your pom-pom to stay. Okay, just like that. Actually, you can add a little bit more if you really want, just to make sure that your pom-pom is secure. Okay, and then you're gonna take your pom-pom and you're gonna put it in your pot. Just like that. And now we're gonna set this aside to dry. So with that step being done, back to Virginia from 2 days ago. So while that's drying, we're gonna start on making a second pom-pom. It's gonna be our cactus flower. So for this, you're going to take your pink yarn and we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna make a pom-pom, but this one is going to be smaller. So instead of wrapping it around your whole hand in order to make a pom-pom the size of your original green cactus one, just wrap the yarn around a couple of your fingers. That way the pom-pom will be much smaller. So when you're done, it'll probably look something like this. So once again, we're gonna take that off our hand and we're going to take our short piece of yarn and we're gonna tie that around the middle again, just like we did for the last one. So once again, you will end up having something that kind of looks like a bow. Just like that. And again, be sure to double knot this so that it stays nice and tight. So now that we've tied a knot around the middle with our shorter piece of yarn, and again, we have something that looks a little bit like a bow, we're gonna take our scissors and first just cut these two pieces a little bit shorter. And now, like with the last one, put your scissors in that little loop that you have and cut the yarn to start making your pom-pom. And then same thing with the other side. And again, just like the last one, you're gonna wanna trim this down a little bit, maybe make it a little bit smaller, get rid of those extra little long pieces. So now that you've made your little cactus flower, that's gonna go on top. You're gonna grab your cactus and your glue again, and you're going to put glue on your little cactus flower, just like that. And like I said before, really goop it on there. Just a ton of glue. Okay. Then, when you've put a bunch of glue on one part of your cactus flower, you're gonna take your little cactus and you're gonna decide where on your cactus you wanna put your little cactus flower. I think I'm gonna just stick mine right in there. And really stick it down on top of there. And make sure to let this dry. It will be a little fragile for a while it dries. So I would say don't mess with it too much for a little while after you've stuck it so that it can dry. But yeah, there you go.